Where are the mythical Silmaril jewels during The Lord of the Rings? Before the elves of J.R.R. Tolkien's mythology migrated to Middle-earth, they whiled away the centuries in Valinor, and craftsmanship sat high among their favorite hobbies. As prince and heir of the Noldor, Fëanor ranked as the elves' greatest smith, and he crafted the Silmarils, 3 brilliant jewels containing light from the 2 trees of Valinor. Fëanor was allegedly also inspired by the beauty of Galadriel's hair, which is exactly as creepy as it sounds. The Silmarils' excellence captured the hearts and minds of all who beheld them, even the angelic Valar, and just like holders of the One Ring, Fëanor became jealously possessive over them. You can imagine his devastation upon discovering the Silmarils had been swiped by the villainous Morgoth, Sauron's master and the original Dark Lord, and taken by Middle-earth. Fëanor and his sons swore a solemn oath to retrieve the Silmarils whatever the cost, and countless lives were sacrificed as the elves waged war against Morgoth in pursuit of Fëanor's coveted creations. This all happened in Tolkien's First Age, thousands of years before the era of Bilbo Baggins. However, the Silmarils were nigh on indestructible, so where are they during the Third Age events of The Lord of the Rings? Where are the Silmarils during LOTR's Third Age? One Silmaril does actually feature in The Lord of the Rings. Sort of. The heroic lovers Beren and Luthien rescued a stolen Silmaril from Morgoth, which then passed to their descendant Eärendil, father of the Lord of the Rings Elrond. As a means of appeasing the upset Valar, Eärendil traveled to Valinor and handed his Silmaril over. The Valar sent him sailing through the sky with it, and the Silmaril became the star of Eärendil, the light of which Galadriel captures in her mirror and gifts to Frodo during The Lord of the Rings. In a roundabout way, therefore, Frodo Baggins carries the essence of a Silmaril throughout most of his quest. The 2 remaining Silmarils were claimed by the Valar after they vanquished Morgoth, but driven by the oath of Fëanor, his sons Maglor and Medrose stole both for themselves. Because the Silmarils had been blessed, impure hands couldn't hold them, and the elves had committed such great sins fighting to win the jewels back, Maglor and Medrose couldn't even clasp their hard-fought prize without getting burned. Maglor threw his Silmaril into the sea, and Medrose cast his, along with himself, into a fiery pit. Maglor's Silmaril presumably still lays on the ocean floor, while Medrose's chasm walled closed over the centuries, burying the final Silmaril deep underground. The possibility that these 2 Silmarils could one day resurface is not unrealistic. Will the Silmarils appear in the Rings of Power? All 3 Silmarils disappeared during Tolkien's First Age and Amazon's Lord of the Rings. The Rings of Power predominantly covers the second. The Silmarils are, therefore, in exactly the same impossible to reach places in the Rings of Power as they are in Lord of the Rings. Having said that, the Rings of Power trailer footage has teased numerous First Age moments: the 2 trees of Valinor, the Oath of Fëanor, the first kinslaying, the death of Finrod, etc. Even if these scenes comprise a flashback sequence or history lesson, it would be logical to show the Silmarils. There's no point adapting the Oath of Fëanor without explaining what got the brothers so riled up in the first place. And if the Rings of Power inducts the 2 trees of Valinor into live action, it makes perfect sense to explain what ultimately became of their divine light. The Silmarils may be trapped in the sky, land and sea when the Rings of Power's main timeline begins, but with flashbacks to Valinor confirmed, anticipate a possible live-action glimpse at the 3 little gems that caused so much chaos in Lord of the Rings. Join Amazon Prime, watch thousands of movies and TV shows anytime, start free trial now.